Mark and I are in California. Right now we're in Pacific Grove. For our next couple of videos, we're gonna be showing you guys a lot of the different stuff we're doing here in California. For this video right here, we're gonna be doing tide pooling in Monterey Bay, Pacific Grove, and showing you guys all the stuff we see in the tide pools right here. This is a limpet, and this is actually a small type of snail that hooks onto the rocks here. And what's really cool about them is that they create like a vacuum-like seal on the rock. So here I am trying to get it off, and I have no success whatsoever. And the other thing that's really cool about them is they actually remember what spot they are on the rock. So even when they move, they always come back to the same spot that they were before. All right, so what kind of kelp is this one?
So this is another really common species of kelp you're gonna see here in California on the Pacific coast. This is bull kelp. So instead of the giant Pacific kelp where it has blades all the way up the stem, it's just one long thick stem. And then you have the big pneumatocyst at the top. So this is a big air-filled sac. And then the blades of the kelp are at the top of the bull kelp instead of all the way down. So it just has one pneumatocyst and the blades at the top, which is gonna keep it towards the surface so it can photosynthesize. So this is the other species of kelp here in California. So this is the Pacific giant kelp. So similar to the other kelp species here, they all have a pneumatocyst. These are called the blades. So kelp technically don't have leaves. They're called blades. Each blade at the base has that pneumatocyst. So if you actually, this kelp is gonna die, but if you pop it open, you can see it's hollow on the middle, and that just is like a little air sac. So this will float up towards the surface. So the plant, so the kelp can photosynthesize and get energy. Instead of having a root system, this one broke off, but the currents here in California are very strong. So instead of like a root system, like a tree that goes into the ground, they have a network of roots that grip onto the rocks, and those are called the hold fast to keep the kelp in place when the current is very strong. They're very important to the ecosystem here. They provide a lot of, they're like the primary producers, so they're the bottom of the food chain, and they're very important to take carbon out of the atmosphere. It's very important to protect the kelp forest here in California.
Mark and I are here in the tide pools right now, and right now, as you can see, it's high tide, so a lot of the water is coming in. But the really cool thing about tide pools is that's actually a nursery and a breeding ground for a lot of different species. One of them is the tegular snail, which you can see here. The cool thing about these snails is that during low tide, all these rocks that I'm standing on right now are gonna be completely exposed, and these snails are gonna be able to survive even without any water. Out there, right now during high tide, even when it becomes low tide, all those species out there, they're still gonna be covered with water, and so they're gonna be able to survive too. So that's a really cool thing about tide pools, is you have species that can survive sometimes underwater, out of water, and then you have the species that are gonna have to be in water all the time. We wanna see if we can see some more stuff towards the middle, so we're gonna try to make our way, and then once we get out there, hopefully we'll see some fish or some anemones. Video, this water's freezing.
The water's so cold.
It's deep here.
Not bad, and then like a big swell comes.
Dude, this is like waist high deep. Once it goes back out, then we can walk out, right? And then we'll go there?
Yeah.
Will I get my phone wet? I feel like so it's not that bad. Yeah, I know, it's wet. How deep is it? Oh, it's not that bad.
This is the blue-banded hermit crab. It doesn't make its own shell, so it has to constantly upgrade by recycling empty snail shells. As a scavenger, they clean the reef by breaking down organic waste. Small crustacean, big ecological role.
What is this? This is another piece of kelp that we found. These little sacs right here, I thought they were grapes, but they're actually called a pneumatocyst. And what it is... Oh, I thought it wrong?
Yeah.
Pneumatocyst? Yeah. How do you pronounce it?
Pneumatocyst.
Oh. Are you recording?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So they're pneumatocyst, and basically these are filled with air, and the reason why is because this kelp, it wants to be closer to the sunlight. So what this does is it helps it float to the surface so that it can actually get the sunlight to grow better. Is that true?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the California ground squirrel. It's a keystone species that aerates the soil through burrowing. It also has a rare defense against rattlesnakes. It can heat up its tail to disrupt their infrared sensing. That behavior reduces predation and increases survival. This is a small mammal and highly adapted.
We hope you guys enjoyed our tide pooling video. We're off to do some surfing right now, and then after that, we're gonna show you guys what we see out in the ocean, and we're also gonna be working on some other videos too while we're here in California. Thank you again for watching. We hope you like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.